kids, and then we'll roll up together and say hello on kind of a chilly night here in the Bay Area. Welcome to my Zoom friends, local. Welcome to my friends around the world. Just click the switch to go live. Wednesday's a nice night. It's a nice combination of joint juice and breathing and meditation. It's just a good combination at the end of which we'll feel better than we did at the start. And that's a great promise of yoga. Anyway, just relax your chin down for a moment. Close your eyes. Find your breath. Maybe direct the focal point of your breathing down to your belly button. Welcome if you're brand new. Welcome if you've been with me for many years. It's great to see you, great to be with you. Everything is always working out for us. Good, we're going to chant an Om together. It gets us in vibrational confluence. Nice big inhale. Good, hands at the heart, a blessing for our practice. Love, peace, joy, goodwill to all beings, everywhere, always. Good, now I just need to get this chair out of the way that I forgot, because it's in the picture. Life is a matter of editing, isn't it? Find the stuff you like. Get rid of the rest. Shoulders, 1. If you're brand new, just follow along. It's way more about doing than figuring it out. Just shrugging my shoulders, breaking up congestion around my neck. 6, 7. Good, now I'm rotating my shoulders the other way, polishing my kneecaps. Today was filled with many impressions of life. There was good stuff, there was weird stuff, there was grateful stuff, there was shocking stuff. I was been all over the map, and I always can come home to my yoga practice. 7, 8. Good job. Now, if you can tolerate yoga fists, I'm setting them down, and to counteract all the sitting today, we're going to lift up our hips. Good, we'll sink down, switch the cross. Fists, if you can do it, makes your arms a little longer, strangely enough. Lift up. It's a wake-up call, isn't it? Good, come on down. Now here's one from the archives, very simple, good for everybody. All I'm doing, just sitting with my feet on the floor, and I'm just going to rock my knees side to side. If you're brand new, your rock might be just a little and it brings your upper body along for the ride. After a while, your lower body will sort of isolate from your upper body, but just do what you can. If the knees come all the way down, that's great. If they don't, it's okay. My upper body moves as well. Just good old human movement. Good. Excellent. Okay, then assume the most natural cross of your legs. Excuse me. Weird if you haven't done it. Lace your hands, thumbs up. I'm just going to smooth my thumbs down the side, the very widest side of my neck, my sternocleidomastoids, they're called. Soothing, calming, gives you a longer neck. Giraffes do it. 6, 7, 8. A lot of self-care yoga tonight. Now, odd if you haven't done it, thumbs underneath the corner of my jaw. I push in, it clicks my face down, and I'll massage my thumbs underneath my jawbone. If you're new, you're digging in very mild. If you're a veteran, you know how to get in there a bit. 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. That's a nice opener for. We're going to do neck rolls every day for the rest of our lives. As long as we have a head, we're going to roll it around. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. 1, 2, 3, etc. Relax your shoulders. 7. Good. This is called falling asleep in public. Chin drops down, eyes closed, contemplating our navel. All excellence and expertise in life always comes back around to the fundamentals. Always. Never fails. Always works. Good. Now I'm sitting up on a little bit of a blanket, kind of tilts my hips forward. For me, it makes coming down in a seated forward fold pretty natural. If you're tighter, you might be up here, but this is not comparison. This is connection with you. Whatever you do, relax your shoulder blades apart, spread your hands. If you feel like your body says yes, lower, then by all means, occupy the space. If you run into a sticking point in yoga terminology, that's your edge, and it's meant to be negotiated with, breathed into, learned about. Takes me a moment usually to relax my armpits down. Let my elbows release. Very good. On your next inhale, come on up. And as you might imagine, we'll switch around the cross. Balance it out a little. Fold from the hips, not from the head. Support with the arms. And on Wednesday, it's a slow, steady occupation of the space. At the end of the range of motion, the chin relaxes. Shoulder blades widen. Don't need to invent the wheel on a Wednesday night. Come on back up. Good. Now a nice thing for our arms, neck, back, and shoulder. Arms out, palms up. Just going to pull in. That's inhale. Going to sweep around to the front after I get my water bottle out of the way. Exhale, pull in. Inhale around to the front. Very calm, rhythmic. The kind of movement that slows down the activity of our mind. It's a meditation movement. I do add a little rub to my side. It's an energetic stimulant. Good. Now, I'm going to pause with my paws at the side. I'm going to extend out. I have this flexion of my wrists. Now I go back here and brush forward. Out, wide, internal, back, brush. Out, wide, internal, back, brush. 2 more. Wide, internal, back, brush. And the final one. This time I'm going to go up my back and I'm going to inhale for an Om. So inhale with me. Om. Good. So this is yoga and it's also prayer. So if you're a praying person, 20 seconds to quiet our minds and send off the highest of your thought, intention, in other words, the aiming of our soul. Good job. Okay, now we're going to stretch our wrists, arms out, turn the palms up so you can kind of touch your elbows together like you're holding a watermelon. Turn the watermelon over and then carefully lean down into your hands. If you're brand new, you may have a hard time just touching your fingers, and the stretching of your wrists will make you wince. So be easy with it. Our flexible friends, the heels of their hands will come all the way down. Drop your chin. Close your eyes. These things take time. All good things come to those who wait. That's a hard spiritual truth to accommodate, isn't it? All good things come to those who wait. It seems exactly the opposite. All good stuff goes to those who hurry and stress and strain and compete and jam their way to the front of the line. But the mills of God grind very slowly, and he that is last shall be first. When you take your time in a pose, you can't rush at the start because then you have no staying power, no middle ground. Yoga is teaching me patience very slowly. Good. All right. Then we have to counter that, and I've got a great thing for you. I made this one up. Feet together, arms out, and internal, behind your back. Now, if you're brand new, you may not be able to pack the back of your hands in your armpits like this. So you do what you can. And then after a while, your elbows will go between your knees. And if you're about 6 years old, you can squeeze your elbows together, but don't overdo it. Don't underdo it. Just do it. Trust the process. This has been my yoga go-to warm-up primary activity sequence for decades now, and I really feel like it's the fountain of youth. Good. Release out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're seeing this for the first time, mimic. Lace your hands, revolve, elbows relaxed. 5, 6, 7, 8. Shake it out a little. Hello, bright new future. Sometimes we have plans and it seems like they don't work out. Do you know why that is? I'm here to explain that. Because God, love source, has something better for us in mind. And that's one of the hardest and most glorious lessons of life to swallow, is when it doesn't go our way. If we're patient, calm, and faithful, it means something else better is coming. Cup your hands at your heart. Feel that anticipatory feeling of great good coming your way. That's one of my favorite prayers, especially when things seem to go haywire. Great good comes from this. It's a discipline of the mind. It's a discipline of perspective, of perception. But it's true. Good. Now squeeze your knees in together. If you're very tight in Tennessee, this might be it. They might squeeze in more. Pull your heels into your bottom. Wrap around. Wrap a little tighter if the space seems to be there. Float your head up. Drop your chin down. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. Breathe, even though we're constricted. Breathe more down toward your belly button. It works, it really does. Good. So what would be the counter of this pose? Well, it just means the opposite. It would mean letting go, which you got to hold on to your body, making fists, putting them back here, and then lifting up onto your tippy toes and lifting your booty as high as you can. Up you go. Way up. Way, way, way up. Good. Sink down. Good. A very handy little twist. Fold your right shin under if you can. You may not be able to twist. If you're really tight, you're way over here. After a while, your hips level, arms can come up. Up you go. Turn right, right, right. Relax your hands. If you're twisty and have long arms, left hand, right ankle. If not, grabbing your right hip is fine. Use your right arm behind to stabilize, lengthen the spine. Enjoy it for a moment. Inhale here. Good. Exhale. Release. Again, one of my favorite crucial movements. Bottoms up. This is the tightest part for most of us humans who aren't necessarily athletes or circus performers anymore, although we may have been. Good. Now sink down. So something interesting with our feet. I want this leg to go out, and I want this right ankle to come out, and your right ankle to go outside over here. This is kind of position one, because you have access to your foot. If you fold this under and you don't have access to your foot, then keep your left leg out. Crack your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is some self-care. Spring cleaning. Just take your toes and wiggle them and tickle them and spread them open really wide, pull on them. These guys need stimulation. The life force goes all the way down here. Now I'm going to stretch my toes open as wide as I can. That's a good skill. It means life force is going from here all the way down here. These 4 left fingers, this may be very awkward or frustrating if you haven't done it. Feed all of your fingers in there, except for the one I broke last summer. He doesn't go in there anymore. Good. And crank your ankle around. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now I'm going to squeeze my right toes into my left fingers. I'm going to pray with my right hand at my heart. The sound of one hand praying. Drop my chin. Close my eyes. I'm going to splay my left toes open really wide. Squeeze, splay, pray. Eat, pray, love. Squeeze, splay, pray. Good job. Okay, take this out carefully. Stretch them out. Here's a sequence for new friends. Sitting with your legs sticking out, getting them open, getting your spine tall, planting your hands, stretching my chest, lifting up with your legs straight, putting your toes on the floor. Good for overall body strength, just a variation of a plank. Good, come on down. Right knee out to the side. This folds under. Brand new crispy friends. It's like, oh my God, you're way over here. But I'm using it as a twist. Arms up, stretch up, inhale, turn left, left, left. Good. Can you reach your left foot with your right hand? Maybe your left hip? It would be ideal if the left hip was down, but probably not for most of us. Turn your left shoulder more to the left out of your field of vision. Twisting gets out painful patterns of perception, the dents in our heart and soul and nervous system. Twisting is a great gift. Life is gonna life on us from time to time, but you keep your yoga practice up, those life moments will go by so fast, and gratitude, harmony, peace will return with such immediacy. Good release. Now the most important, bottoms up you go. Really crank those hips up, stretch those left quadriceps. Good, you guys. Now, from here, I'm just straightening this one out. Then I bring this guy out with my right leg straight. My left ankle, for most of us, at least will get over the top with the ankle over on the right, giving me access. And some of us, based on the shape of our hips, will be able to fold this under. But first and foremost, access to this foot. Grab your toes. Have a little Wednesday self-care fun with your toes. What's not to like? Get any gunk out? Now stretch them open wide. 4 right fingers, feet in from the bottom. Sometimes I got to help a little bit there on this side. I don't have my broken knuckle, so all 4 go in. 1, 2. Look how I'm cranking, man. I am not mailing this in tonight. I'm doing this with all my friends around the world. 7, 8, other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this balances your brain hemispheres. I'm going to squeeze my left toes into my right fingers carefully. I'm going to splay my right toes open. I'm going to pray with one hand at my heart. I'm going to drop my chin. And this is a beautiful way to balance our polarities, our yin and yang of our body. Yoga means connection, the merging of opposites, the blending of polarities. This takes the turbulence out of life and makes it, well, as a great spiritual master said, my yoga is easy, my burden is light. Good, okay, I relax that. I extract this out, excellent. Now I'm going back to a regular cross. I find oming to be one of the most healing things in my life. Nice big inhale. Oh. 30 seconds, no thinking. Okay, you guys, we're going to do a nice yin yoga sequence, and this is one that I know you guys have blocks by now after being counseled to get them. You can get them on Amazon by tonight. Anyway, in a moment, I'm just going to lay on my back. My legs are going to go up, and 1, maybe 2 blocks are going to go underneath my hips for supported bridge pose. So for this one, you don't need to lift your hips that high. It's the light lift of our hips that does the trick. So you'll note I'm on my back. When I plant my feet, my hips can lift, obviously. Now I put this block underneath my hips. If you're a radically flexible person, you can put 2 blocks underneath, but that's not the purpose of this pose. Right now my hips are lifted probably 4 inches. For me, it's just right. I could turn the block up. Now my hips are lifted like 5.5 inches. It's fine. Yeah, I'll go with this tonight. But the main thing is, for a minute, I want this to stretch the back of my neck and my heart spine. I want that to relax. I want my chin to release. I want this nice extension of my spine. I want to direct my breathing from my chest to my belly button, stimulating my parasympathetic rest and relaxation nervous system. And my feet are just down there for now. In a moment, we're going to go through a sequence of various ways of moving the legs, but not yet. Not yet. This is the beginning of an inversion sequence, and yogis have been inverting for thousands of years. There are much more complicated, actually, they're not safe for most people. Headstands, shoulder stands, they're great at that time of life, but there are other ways to invert. And one way is bring your knees in and just take your legs up. For most people, most of the time, this much inversion is fine. Reverses the circulation, good for the veins of your legs, builds some strength. My hips tilt nicely over the block, builds patience. Don't turn your head when your neck, right now our neck, technically speaking, is in flexion, so we don't turn our head. If you fatigue from this, you could always come out and go back in. This is a very inclusive, friendly class, but we do ask that you give it an honest go. If you do the possible, God will always do the impossible. Good, now I'm going to widen my legs out. If you're brand new, this is like, really? Uh-oh, wider, wider, and then there's going to be like this, maybe that's wide enough place. If you're brand new, this is very confronting. If you get used to it with us for a few weeks, you'll grow to like these positions. Ankles, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5. Having your hips lifted 3, 4, 5 inches like this, there's more leverage, getting our legs out wider, keeping our lower body and lower functions healthy, happy, strong, and super functional. If I didn't do this every day, all this range of motion would go away and the body would be like a prison. And I don't want to live in a body like that. That's not the way that God designed us. Good, now, as I squeeze my legs back together, I am bringing my left thigh over my right one, bending my knees in. If I could, and I almost can, get my left ankle underneath my right ankle. Then I'm going to slowly descend my right foot down to the floor. If both your knees and ankles are crossed, that's great. If it's just your knees, it's fine. It's a further drop than you think, because most of us are hideously tight in our hip flexors, quadriceps. So this may be surprisingly censorious to you, but you'll survive. And then you'll thrive, and then you'll flourish. Okay, now I'm going to bring my knees back in. My knees are still crossed. I'm going to bring them in as far as I can, as long as my hips stay adhered and stable on the blocks. Then my legs go up and we go wide again. It's a counter pose. This time my legs go out, I don't know, 2-3 degrees more. I keep the resilience, friskiness, springiness, elasticity, fun, and joy of my legs. Good. Now cross your right knee over your left knee. Bring your knees in, crossing as tight as you can. For you bendy bears out there, do slink your right ankle underneath your left ankle, and with your knees as tightly crossed as you can, slowly descend thy left foot down to the floor. Most of us are surprised it's further than we think. Certainly is for me. There. Then I settle. Then we take 90 seconds to let this pose do its work on us. Shoulder blades relax, chin drops, back of my neck long, not turning my head, breathing from my belly button, relaxed hands. There's a magic to these yin postures. You get in them and they're like prayers. You start the prayer and the pose continues it for your mind, body, soul, and spirit. Good. Now our knees come in. My knees uncross. Now, keeping my hips up on the block, I'm just bringing my knees as close to my chest as I can. This is a good forward fold for many people. It's stronger if you were to straighten your legs. And if your legs just jackknife, pike position, then you have a very deep forward fold. The linchpin, the sine qua non, is keeping your belt line, your sacrum on the block. And then letting the legs slowly, yin fashion, release and stretch over your body. This will really, really tell us what sort of forward fold we have. You can't really cheat, per se. You can't corrupt your spine, it's on the floor. If you're way up here, it can barely forward fold. Just remember, it's the form that matters. For me, don't bend my knees, don't cram myself down, don't get my ego involved. And then about a minute in, this warm, inviting sensation will begin to stream along the back of your legs as blood begins to flow. Circulation goes where it usually doesn't. We're riding right the edge of our range of motion. Our form is good. Our patience is adequate. There was a little bit of release for me. That was nice. It came on its own good time. Now I'm going to drop my left knee more into my chest, and I'm going to slowly extend and bring my right foot all the way down to the, and maybe you can't make it. Maybe you need to bend your right knee. Bring the right foot all the way down. If you're flexy enough, reach up over your left knee and pull it in while smushing your right foot down. If you're bendier than this and want to straighten your left leg, then you know what I'm talking about. For most of us, most of the time, this is good. I'd like to have a sandbag over my right foot, but this will do. I want my right leg going further away while my left knee comes in more, all with the lift of my hips. And now my right knee comes in, my left leg goes up, my left leg drifts down. I may say, yikes, I had no idea this was this tight. So the leg may not come down straight. You might need to bend the knee. Sooner or later, everybody bends the knee, so to speak. Now, once you get here, your right knee may not be available, but if it is, you would lace over the top, and then right knee comes in, left foot extends away from me, further and further. If you want to grab your right hamstring or right foot and straighten your right leg, yeah, man. Ex-circus performers, we have a lot of them in class. Now my left toes are very bulky about coming all the way down, but I'm trying. And that translates all the way up into my hip flexors, quadricep, probably all the way to my psoas muscle, lower back muscles. Good big inhale. Big exhale. Good left knee comes in, joining my knees together. And with my knees and my feet together, my feet come down together onto the floor, kind of back to square one. This time with the additional stretch of my feet together. Then it's a big challenge for me to press into my feet and to lift up my hips at all, tightest part of my body. Now I can move this block out of the way, bring my buns down, widen my feet, and just take my arms out to the side. Half a minute. Good, you guys. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to sit up. Now, I am still faced over here to my left. Now, you'll note my legs are crossed, and now it's just one block. We're going to do the one block version. We're going to get the rest of our spine. Now, I very carefully come down with the block in its flattest, its very flattest orientation, right underneath my heart, flat block. Now, as I bring my head back, if you're very tight, you are probably going to want another one here, both on the flat side, legs crossed. Maybe not. Maybe you've been with me for a while. And since the heart block is on the flattest side, with slow, patient faith and trust, my head comes down. Now, I think that might be kind of extreme for a lot of our friends. So instead of a block, just a little bit of a blanket. Ah, perfect. Now I'm taking my arms up to the ceiling, and now I'm letting my arms drape across my chest, grabbing my shoulders. Right now, it's my right elbow on top of my left elbow. Good. Melt into this one with me for a minute. I have this nice balance of weight between my hips down there, my head, neck, and shoulders up here. And the release is really quite wonderful. Good. Now, if you're bendier, I'm letting my hands slide to my elbows, And this is very challenging. Don't overdo it. Elbows drift back over, and they barely make it down. Now I am really riding I don't know, a number like 7.5 out of 10, maybe even 8, but tolerable. I'm used to it. I know how to be here. If you're new, you're getting to numbers 4, 5, and 6. Nothing of value is gained overnight. All good things come to those who wait. It's a hard principle to understand in our modern mixed up world. We see greedy, mean people getting all the money and accolades and stuff, but that is short-lived, and you just got to be able to see through that. The mills of God grind very slowly, and there's no rush. All appearances to the contrary. Now my arms are starting to fall asleep. It means I'm right at the edge. It's not dangerous. It just means I'm stimulating nerves. Good, now I'm going to bring my fingertips on the back of my head, and for a brief respite, I'm just going to lift my head. Builds a little core, takes some of the pressure out. Going to switch the cross of my legs. I'm going to switch the cross of my arms, left elbow on top, and I am going to drift my head back down. This opens the toughest part of our spine in a slow, patient, prudent way. If you honestly think you're bendier than this, hands slide to elbows, and elbows drift back down, framing my head. My spine feels like the Golden Gate Bridge, anchored nicely on the Marin side, anchored nicely on the Fort Funston side. Very good. My head comes back up because that's my head. Gonna put my elbows down on the floor. Gonna pull my elbows in. And boy, we want to come out of that slowly, don't we? Now, a finishing twist for all of my friends around the world. Now what I do, I lay back on my back. Today I went to see the doctor for a dizziness disorder, and she gave me some exercises. Yoga teachers aren't supposed to get dizzy, but who am I to think? Good, this goes underneath my neck now. We went underneath the hips, we went underneath the heart, and now the glorious support of blanket underneath my neck. Left knee comes in, sweeps down over to the right, left shoulder likely lifts. All the lift you could want underneath your head. Bendy bear, stiff bears, left hand, left hip. Upper spine rolls left. Bendier bears, arm out. And we're gonna melt into a supine twist. 1 minute. Please, please, please make sure your neck, your head's fully supported. You can really relax it. And then we accept what happens. We're in charge of the effort. We are not in charge of the results. but we're certainly in charge of the application, the engagement, the effort. Now my spine's releasing. There we go. Bit by bit, increment by increment. Slow and steady wins the race. Good big inhale. Exhale, more twist. Good, now my left knee comes back up. My left leg extends out. My right knee comes in. I'm re-plumping up my neck, making sure it's fully supported, super safe. Right knee comes in. Right knee swoops all the way down. Right shoulder lifts is fine. Plumping up my neck even more, extra support. Stiffy bears, right hand, right hip. Bendy bears all the way out, but that's too much for me. So I gently relax my right hand down to the floor. Now it's just melting. If you do a supine on your back twist once a day, you'll live to be 100, and it'll be 100 good years, not like 50 good ones and 50 miserable ones. There's no value in that. 100 good ones. And then, poof, off we go. In my father's house are many mansions. You don't want to live in the same one forever. Good, now we're going to inhale our right knee back up. I'm going to extend both my legs out. My neck is pre-blanketed. I'm pre-bolstered. My arms are down for Shavasana. I'm going to say nighty-night to my friend Helga, and I sent her an email with all of my Zoom links for every night of the week. She's really going to like that because I love her a lot. And everyone else in the world, all 1 billion of us, are going to relax on our back for 5 minutes, and we're going to like it. Relax your mouth, maybe swallow once, jiggle your legs, unhinge your booty cheeks, shoulder blades. Now we are not talking. Very nice, my friends. Come back very slowly into your body. Take your time. Breathe back toward your body. Good. I'm feeling some of my body weight back on the floor, half in, half out. Gonna wiggle my fingers and toes, circulate super feel good through my body. And then we'll bring our knees in and roll to one side or the other, whichever one is best for you. Good, then we'll keep our eyes closed as we sit up together. Get a whole network of us around the world growing in a ever larger network of souls, connected at the heart, connected at the hands, connected at the head, and grateful to the one light that brings us all together. All together we say, Namaste. Boy, that's just what I needed on a Wednesday night. As always, I bid adieu to my YouTube friends around the world. We really appreciate you liking and subscribing. It is our unabashed mission to spread yoga around the world that can really use it, not just to the circus performers and contortionists. That's great. But for those who think it's not for them, the sore and huddled masses, like and subscribe to Upward Spiral Yoga and spread yoga to everybody around the planet. We really appreciate